dark reaction. The other name for dark reaction is biosynthetic phase. When we started with this chapter, we said we have two types of reactions, light reaction and dark reaction beta. The other name for light reaction was photochemical phase, and the other name for dark reaction is biosynthetic phase. So when we say we can divide the entire process into two reactions, we can say we can divide it into light reaction and dark reaction, or the other names which can be given are the photochemical phase, that is the light reaction, and the biosynthetic phase, that is the dark reaction. I will not be explaining the biosynthetic phase or the dark reaction in this video. I will just be giving you an introduction of the dark reaction, and then the steps in dark reaction I will take up in the next video. So we are going to start with dark reaction or the biosynthetic phase. What is the other name of dark reaction? It is biosynthetic phase. This dark reaction or this biosynthetic phase starts when? After we have got over with the photochemical phase or the light reaction. We have already done about the light reaction, photochemical phase. If you remember what all happened, absorption of light was done. You remember those photosystems we had. Then we had splitting of water, that is photolysis of water. Oxygen was released, and finally the products which we got at the end of the light reaction were ATP and NADPH. So keep in mind, when we talk about light reactions or the photochemical phase, we are talking about absorption of light by photosystems. We are talking about photolysis of water, that is splitting of the water. We are talking about the electron transport, photophosphorylation, chemiosmotic hypothesis. The last step in the light reaction was chemiosmotic hypothesis, and the two products that we got at the end of chemiosmotic hypothesis were ATP and NADPH. Now we need to study in dark reaction how these two products ATP and NADPH are utilized, or what happens to ATP and NADPH after they are produced in the light reaction. So always remember, before I start with the dark reaction, where did we finish? We finished with the chemiosmotic hypothesis. Chemiosmotic hypothesis was the last step in the light reaction, and the products which we got from chemiosmotic hypothesis were ATP and NADPH. Now let us start with the biosynthetic phase or the dark reaction. This phase, that is the dark reaction, it does not require sunlight. Remember beta, it does not require sunlight. It only depends on the products of the light reaction. And what are the products of the light reaction? ATP and NADPH. So two things we need to remember about dark reaction. Number one, this does not require sunlight. Number two, it depends on the products of the light reaction, that is ATP and NADPH. Now, as soon as light is unavailable, the biosynthetic process, now we had the earlier process, the photochemical phase, it stops. Okay? And now what starts is the biosynthetic phase, that is the dark reaction. Initially, this process is involved as a carbon fixation process. Basically, initially what happens in this process is carbon fixation. Is it okay? This process initially starts with the carbon fixation, or we call it as the PCR cycle. What is PCR cycle? Photosynthetic carbon reduction cycle. PCR, photosynthetic carbon reduction cycle. So this process initially is going to start with the PCR cycle, that is photosynthetic carbon reduction cycle. These reactions are very sensitive to change in temperature, but remember they are independent of light. That is why they are called as dark reactions. All these reactions which we will be studying now, they of course are very sensitive to temperature. Okay? The effect of temperature is very vital on these reactions, but they are independent, they do not need direct sunlight. So we always call them, or we generally call them as what? We call them as dark reactions. Is it okay for everybody? Now these dark reactions take place in the stroma of the chloroplast. Is it okay? Where do dark reactions take place? Number one, they take place in the stroma of chloroplast. Why are they called dark reactions? They do not depend upon directly on the sunlight, and they depend on the products of the photo reaction, that is ATP and NADPH. Assimilation of carbon dioxide is the main thing which happens during this process. Remember beta that the assimilation of CO2 during photosynthesis is of two types, C3 pathway and C4 pathway. This is only what I am taking in this video. C3 pathway, C4 pathway. What is C3 pathway? This pathway is followed by plants when the first product of carbon dioxide fixation is PGA. Now, if the first product which is formed after the fixation of carbon dioxide is PGA, that is phosphoglyceric acid, we will call this pathway as C3 pathway, and such plants will be known as C3 plants. Is it okay? If the first product formed after fixation of CO2 is PGA, it is a C3 acid. So PGA is phosphoglyceric acid, then this pathway will be known as C3 pathway, and such plants will be known as C3 plants. We have another pathway, that is C4 pathway. C4 pathway is followed by plants when the first product of carbon dioxide fixation is OAA, that is oxaloacetic acid. What is it? Oxaloacetic acid. So all those plants where after the fixation of CO2 the first product is PGA, that is phosphoglyceric acid, follow the C3 pathway and they are called as C3 plants. And all those plants where you have the first product after carbon dioxide fixation as OAA, that is oxaloacetic acid, they follow the C4 pathway, or they are the C4 plants. Is it okay? Now this C3 pathway is also known as Calvin cycle. The first one, C3 pathway. C3 pathway was the pathway in which the first product that was formed was PGA, that is phosphoglyceric acid. This C3 pathway is also known as Calvin cycle, named after the person who discovered it, that is Calvin. Now this C3 pathway or this Calvin cycle is a pathway where reduction of CO2 takes place. What happens basically in this C3 pathway? Reduction of carbon dioxide will take place and it was discovered by Calvin. This Calvin cycle runs in all the photosynthetic plants. No matter whether they are C3 plants or C4 plants or any other pathway they are following, C3 is always present. This Calvin cycle you will find in all the photosynthetic plants. Whether these photosynthetic plants are opting for C3 pathway, C4 pathway or any other pathway, you will always find that this Calvin cycle, it runs in all the photosynthetic plants. And where does this take place? It occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. After conducting, what happens beta? After conducting many experiments, a lot of research, it was concluded that in C3 pathway, the carbon dioxide molecule, the molecule which accepts carbon dioxide is a 5-carbon sugar. It's what? It's a 5-carbon sugar. What is its name? Its name is ribulose 5-biphosphate. Ribulose, R-I-B-U-L-O-S-E, ribulose 5-biphosphate. In short, we write it as 5-RUBP. R is capital, then U is small, RU. Okay? And B is again capital and P is also capital. So what is 5-RUBP? It is ribulose 5-biphosphate. And what is this ribulose 5-biphosphate? It's a acceptor molecule. It's a 5-carbon sugar which is formed. So what have we studied? Basically, we need to remember in this is that in C3 pathway, the carbon dioxide molecule, which is the acceptor molecule of CO2, it is 5-RUBP. Just remember this 5-RUBP stands for ribulose 5-biphosphate. Okay? We have many steps in the Calvin cycle. Okay? We have mainly 3 steps in the Calvin cycle: carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. I will be taking up these steps in the next video. All that we have studied about in this video is after the light reaction, that is after the photochemical phase, dark reaction starts, that is biosynthetic phase. Dark reaction number 2 does not depend upon sunlight, it depends upon the products of the light reaction, that is NADP, ATP and NADPH. Number 3 beta, we said that in this process, basically fixation of carbon dioxide is going to take place, and this assimilation of carbon dioxide is of 2 types, C3 pathway, C4 pathway. C3 pathway will be followed by plants where the first product after fixation of carbon dioxide is PGA, that is phosphoglyceric acid, and C4 is the pathway in which the first product is OAA, that is oxaloacetic acid. That is all you need to remember. Phosphoglyceric acid is a product of C3 pathway. Oxaloacetic acid is a product of the C4 pathway. C3 pathway is also known as the Calvin cycle, and this is present in all the photosynthetic plants, whether they follow C3 pattern or C4 pattern or any other ones. One more last thing which we need to remember is in C3 pathway, the carbon dioxide acceptor molecule is what? 5-RUBP, that is 5-RUBP-RU ribulose 5-phosphate, RIBULOSE, ribulose 5-biphosphate. So this is the acceptor molecule for carbon dioxide. We have not done the steps of C3 cycle as such. We have just done the main difference between C3 and C4, and we have just done how is a dark reaction different from a light reaction. Also, we have concluded and made it clear that after the light reaction gets over, after ATP and NADPH are produced as a product of light reaction, what is produced is, what starts is your next reaction, that is your dark reaction, which will not depend upon light. Rather, it will depend upon the products of the light reaction, that is ATP and NADPH. The last thing that we need to remember is, if PGA is the product, then the plant is following C3 pathway. If OAA is the product, then the plant is following C4 pathway. PGA stands for phosphoglyceric acid and OAA stands for oxaloacetic acid. There are 3 steps in this 3 cycle. I will be taking up in the next video.